Can you read that? She sure does. All right. Do you guys like Tom Green? I hope, because this video is about him, and that's why you clicked on it. 90 seconds here, and then you'll have his music video. But I wanted to just quickly show you why I think this is so cool. Tom Green has not been conservative. I wouldn't say he is now, but he has been before outlandish and irreverent. Other words to describe what you would do to push the boundaries and be provocative to the point of being caustic or bombastic. Eminem's lyrics, if you're not familiar with Tom Green, right? He's the guy who actually did the "My bum is on your lips," right? He's the guy who actually humped the dead antelope, not a cantaloupe. Tom Green is kind of a living legend. If you asked Joe Rogan, who many people think is like the father of podcasts, then you have Tom Green as the original godfather of pirate podcasts. He went and created his entire own studio in his home. He had an entire closet and wall filled with, at the time, giant racks of computers and servers, so he could run an entirely 4-camera streamed show from his home. In the 90s, it was the Tom Green Show. It's a cable access show in 1994, picked up by MTV. This is all after he just set up his own thing. And after this, after his TV, he starts doing radio and other pranks. So, okay, I'm getting across my limit here already. He's done a ton. And over the years, he's done more and more provocative, more and more crazy things. He had Freddy Gets Fingered, the movie that got banned, and he ate a mouse. He's done a lot of crazy things, right? The Gross Out King, they've called him. So they even say here in this ABC local report, before Borat or Ali G, there was Tom Green. So I'm just trying to give you the sense for who Tom Green was or is to this community on the left, or to the entertainment community, why you haven't seen a lot of Tom Green recently, and it's kind of an interesting thing. He talked about being on The Apprentice, and basically in this interview, I'm not going to play it because I don't want to make this super long, but go and find this video. It says Tom Green talks about President Trump on Celebrity Apprentice. This is dated August 3rd, 2017. It's recorded just prior to that date. And this is him saying, yeah, I don't like the president. I mean, he didn't say quite like that. He says, I don't want to talk about politics. And he said it was clear that Donald Trump, the president of the United States, has bad judgment because he fired Tom Green. So again, he's kind of saying it a little bit tongue-in-cheek. And he said, yeah, terrible decision-making. He went out drinking. The night before, he was supposed to be the project manager, so he's kind of joking, saying yeah, whatever, differences be difference, but I don't think he has good judgment. After all, he fired me. So he's not being supportive there. But he's also kind of just doing the bare minimum to dog the president. And I thought it was interesting, because here I was looking for, has there ever been Tom Green supporting, or Tom Green defending, or Tom Green attacking the president, or anything like that? Sure, yeah, a lot. But he's in that space, so watch. They say the Donald, that is Do the Donald, rather. That's the video that Tom Green made. It says he was seeing massive success on Funny or Die. It was a catchy rap song hit, a million or more views in the first 3 days of its release. It's like a spoof song that Tom Green made. I'd honestly never seen it until I found this article. So I'm like, okay. So Tom Green is not just a conservative. He's not. He's not at all. He's actually kind of criticizing the president wherever it's convenient. But that's all in 2017. What's he been up to now? Years have gone by, right? A lot of different people have kind of quieted down and maybe stopped with the rhetoric. Again, you haven't heard a lot from Tom Green, and I'm trying to show you he's not always been a secret conservative, and I started out by saying he's not one now. Tom Green driving across the country in a van for a new comedy podcast. So that's why I was trying to highlight that it's important that he has kind of led the way in these different media, multimedia ventures to be entertaining. Comedian Tom Green, pioneering many things, be it hosting a public access TV show in the 90s, a DIY stunt show, that is performance art, as well as shock jock skits before YouTube was a verb. He was doing a college, University of Ottawa radio show where students just called in with pranks, and he and the host basically just played the straight man. So that's why he's so great, in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments of Tom Green. But they say Tom Green now hosting a new comedy talk show or a new comedy podcast in his van, roaming across the country doing the Tom Green interview. Okay, so long story short, it's getting shorter, I promise. Go look for some of these videos. On your own time, go look for some of the Tom Green van life videos, because I've watched many, and you can see the transformation in someone who's giving podcast interviews with Norm and with other people in late last year and the beginning of this year, and they're saying things like, yeah, my eyes are opening to a lot of the different problems, and there's some really beautiful parts of our country that are just left alone. He's touring the dead America, the desert that people kind of walked away from, ghost towns and cities that have just been left. So he goes there, and I think that's been kind of a wake up for him. And they're cool videos to watch, because you can see he's kind of taken back by this. And he didn't say this. I'm not quoting Tom Green, but when I hear him in an interview with anyone and they're asking him about these things, this is what he brings up now. How's the Van Life podcast going? He sounds reverent about wow, we really didn't know how bad the interior of the country had gotten. This used to be beautiful. This used to be great. Sounding like someone who's going to put a red hat on. But I don't think he would ever do that. So, without any further ado, see if you can spot Tom Green in a red hat in this music video. And then I'm going to just sign off right now before you watch it. So, leave it with the video. But with that said, let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video. Please share this video. I think it's kind of cool to see someone who has been consistently on the left and maybe just quietly leaning left, but still wants to be very open and have free speech and have their rights and have autonomy and not have control over them. Well, Tom Green is now making the statement, the time to fight back is right now. Let me know what you think. Keep America afloat.
Out on the road, out on the highway, you can leave your troubles in the rear view. We're here for so many days and nothing more. Right now could be our last chance to explore. Don't look back saying, man, I should have done more. 'Cause right now is the right time. Somebody said ride like the wind. When I don't know, I don't pretend. What I love, I will defend it till the end. And right now is the right time. And what I love, I will defend it till the end. What I love, I will defend it till the end. And what I love, I will defend it till the end. And right now is the right time. We don't know what tomorrow brings. We don't know much of anything. All I know is we can laugh and we can sing, and everything will be alright. And right now is the right time. Right now is the right time, yeah. Right now is the right time.